Welcome to Respawn Aim Fire, the kick-ass Reverend Gaming podcast from Affable. Nope, just the... That's it. Welcome to Respawn Aim Fire, the kick-ass Reverend Gaming podcast, period, exclamation point. I'm one of your hosts, Roxanne, Adam Gumbert. And today we have with us Chad. What's another song that Donkey sings, Michael Ennis?
I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. My troubles are all gone. There's no one here to deride me, but you gotta have friends. Did I get the lyrics right that time?
Yeah, you nailed it. Absolutely killed it. If you don't know, me and Chad just watched the Shrek 5 trailer that came out 3 months ago for the first time ever.
Big fan. Huge. I would say maybe the biggest Shrek 5 fan that there is outside of this house.
Anyone in that house? Big time. We're excited for Shrek. Anyways, catch us live on twitch.tv/respawnaimfire Monday evenings at 8:30. Sometimes it'll be Tuesday. You'll know when it happens. Afterwards on YouTube podcast services Wednesday mornings. Housekeeping barf game for the month of August. We're almost at the end of it. Is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, the FromSoft game where you parry. What's up?
Here's a weird thing. We've got drops enabled, I guess. And if you sub right now to our Twitch, you get 2 months of Audible Premium.
Wait, what is it? Audible? You get
there
Audible?
is a thing from Audible in the chat. It looks like it's a message from, because Audible is Amazon, is Twitch. They're all the same company. And yeah, there's a little advertisement that says sub for 2 months Audible Premium, Audible drop, plus 3 more. We have 4 available drops, including cat pictures. Whoa.
Listen, guys, you got to get over to twitch.tv/respawnfire to get Audible and cat pictures. Stop messing around. But yeah, barf game is Sekiro. We're going to talk about that pretty soon. Patreon early access episode. It should be up on Patreon now. It's the one where we talked about collecting things.
What do you collect? Yeah, collecting things. And we find out who's been stealing the pee pads.
We do get the answer to the definitive P-pad answers. Also, you can go to Adam Gumby on YouTube. The tier list season 2 recap with Manly Brian is up. Surprisingly, that's the best watched video. I don't know why the normal episodes wouldn't be more watched, but that's over YouTube algorithm. Whatever.
Manly Brian he's
the draw.
Gold. Yes.
Yeah. I believe it. And then also, I was on the Friday night Gamecast with Nick when we talked about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I was a fool. If I'd have played that last year, that would have been much higher on our Game of the Year list, because that game fucks hard. Holy shit, is it good. But yeah, Friday night Gamecast, go listen to that. Moving on to all that stuff, it's time for the main quest, Kingdom Hearts Sees Life. This is from Annie Robinson at VGC. I tried my best to think of what is cardiac humor. I was like, does he get resuscitated? I was like, I couldn't think of anything for Kingdom Hearts. So pretend that it was a heart that was dying and now it's back alive. Disney has announced an anime series based on Square Enix's game series and confirmed a release window for the fourth video game. The game that has 4 in the title, not the fourth Kingdom Hearts video game.
The 612th Kingdom Hearts property.
Yeah. Announced during a D23 presentation in California on Friday. I don't need to know where it is at. Disney said the Kingdom Hearts anime series will be coming to Disney Plus and the Disney Channel. That still exists if you have cable. Apparently so. This is now a quote from Disney. Ready for a new adventure? An original Kingdom Hearts anime series inspired by the beloved video game franchise is coming soon. During the same presentation, Disney confirmed the Kingdom Hearts 4 will release in late 2027 and features a world based on Pixar's Coco, Pixar's best movie, by the way. Sora will once again journey to realms where new figures cross his path and new powers awaken his next chapter. Kingdom Hearts 4 will be available at launch on Nintendo Switch 2. An official description reads, his shoes are also normal size now. Chad, a lot of, this is a big deal for Kingdom Hearts fans. They knew that it was going to be there. A lot of new announcements. You said you were most interested in talking about this. So what do you got to say?
I said I have more things to say about this. One of them, the first one is, I love that we are getting TV adaptations of these video games, because while they range from The Last of Us on HBO to Devil May Cry anime on Netflix to all sorts of the secret levels things, I love that we're getting more ways to enjoy these things in really high quality, high production value ways. I am a little annoyed though that the default just seems to be anime. It makes sense for the subject, like the material itself, especially the really Japanese centric stuff, like our JRPGs and stylish action games and that kind of stuff that are very Japanese heavy stuff a lot of the time. But there are people out there like me with real disabilities who cannot watch anime. And our disabilities are the fact that the 14 frames per second is just yucky to look at. And I don't like it. And also, there are talking cats in it all the time. And I don't like it. And that's unfortunate. There wouldn't have been talking cats in the games or in the show had it not been anime. But because it's anime, it now has to have talking cats. It has to have people whose faces stay on the screen like that for several seconds, but maybe their eyes turn into giant hearts. And then they're frozen solid, but their mouths go... And they go, oh my God, I'm such a good person, blah, 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 you're so beautiful, let me give you, blah, blah. And they also happen to be a cat. Anyway, that's all to say, like, give us this good stuff, like maybe a regular anime, like in the style of What If, like Marvel's What If. Fucking dope animation style. Loved watching that. X-Men 97, awesome, great. Anime just doesn't do it for me. I can't watch, visually, I can't watch anime. But I want to consume this stuff.
I have a receipt here from probably 2 years ago where you and Jerica both talked on this podcast about how you guys don't like anime, but then you watched Arcane. You're like, no, Arcane's good, even though it looks like anime.
Arcane's not anime. Arcane is 3D animated with like this painterly like style of art direction, and it is gorgeous. Nothing about that is visually anime. It might have anime tropes and shit like that, which I'm okay with. Anything not visually anime, A+.
That is the one thing. Did we see? I mean, we didn't see anything except for a cover art, so we don't know the art style or anything. But they do say anime, so you got to watch out. It's a threat.
We got Castlevania. We got Avatar. I guess Avatar already was just a show. But we
like Castlevania though. I do like Avatar a lot.
We're just getting all these animes, and I just give me regular ass grown up cartoons.
Yeah. You want Rick and Morty or nothing.
Yes. You know what I just found out about? They have a spin-off show, President.
With the president? Yeah.
President
I saw that
Charles or President something. It's just the president.
President
there.
Keith David.
Yes, exactly.
I was actually interested, by the way, because I don't care about Kingdom Hearts, never have, probably never was going to. But them showing Coco, it's a little bit of a cheat because Coco's a good ass fucking movie. And if you put this man in Coco with normal size shoes, I'm a little bit more interested. I was actually over on Blue Sky talking, because when the trailer came out, everyone was talking about it or whatever. And Cam Hawkins, famous video game personality person who really likes Kingdom Hearts, was like, "Bro, you should do it." And I'm like, "I might for Coco." So we'll just see. It really, I say this every time. I'm like, depending on the worlds, I would be interested in going around and exploring them. Because Kingdom Hearts 3 was the first one I actually played because they had Pirates of the Caribbean in it. And I was, I want to go hang around with Pirates of the Caribbean. But then it was like, oh, that's 20 hours into the RPG. And I'm like, no, thank you. So I stopped playing that game about 3 hours in. So we'll see. But I'm interested in the worlds. I probably won't play it. But I'm more interested in this one than I have been in 1, 2, 3, 3.82, 17 chains over 108 men or whatever it was. So
you know what it is? You make fun of me all the time about the big hands. But they finally have normal sized feet, and Adam's in for the first time.
Listen, it's just the shoes. I don't care how big the feet are. I don't want to see big shoes on small feet. That's gross. But no. Disney makes sense, obviously, that they would collab for this stuff. Yeah, I wonder who's doing that. You think that Disney would just be like, we'll make the TV show. Maybe they are. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. You know what is interesting, though? Like, how are they weaving in... To be honest, I've never played anything past the very first game, and I did beat the first game. But how are they managing all of the Final Fantasy of it all? Like, are we going to get all these Final Fantasy characters in the anime as well? In which case, like, we don't get a lot of like Advent Children. I feel like was a one-off where we got something outside of the video games in a way that we could enjoy sitting on the couch with our dogs. And if this is another kind of link to that, although it's going to be Disney focused as fuck. The problem is we're going to have cool Final Fantasy characters alongside fucking Goofy. And you're going to go into Coco World and you're going to have fucking Goofy and Donald Duck running around like, and they're just wearing their stupid little wizard hat and their stupid ass giant ears that look like fucking somebody ripped the overall straps off of overalls and stapled them to the top of Goofy's head.
But here's the thing, though.
Shit.
When in episode 7, whenever Sephiroth shows up and they fight Sephiroth, you're like, well, I'm going to watch episode 7.
Yeah. And I also, another thing, here's another thing about this that just kind of, I just wish that Kingdom Hearts 4, I wish that every time they went into a new world that explored a different property from Disney, that it just wasn't a truncated, shittier retelling of that same exact movie that we've already seen. That it's always the same shit, the same story, but with like much less dialogue, much less fleshed out story, and you're just doing random bullshit within those worlds to help Tarzan become human again and get transformed out of being a monkey. That's what happens in Tarzan, right?
That's not what happens in the movie, but yeah, that's again. And next year, by the way, another thing, Square Enix putting out Kingdom Hearts, big deal. Final Fantasy VII Part 3, big deal. Same year, like 6 months apart from each other. So
maybe different fiscal years.
Yeah,
because they just said spring. It could be March 2027 for Final Fantasy Remake 3, and that's 2026's fiscal year, or is it the other way? I think it's the fiscal year ending, so that's the end of their 2027 fiscal year, and then after that it's 2028.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild that for a lot of companies, April is the next year? Like, for us, April 2027 is their April 2028. That's
also
wild.
Some companies, it's not even in April. It's other random, wherever they decide to do it.
That's wild.
It's like, it's July for us. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, sickos will be excited. You guys have fun with your nerd stuff. Moving on to Playtime. Talking about Playtime. Chad, okay. I'm looking at your list. I know what the first thing stands for. I don't think you mean it the same way, so I'm very curious to be what Chad's list.
I don't know what you think the first one stands for, but I'll start with the second one. The second one is Sekiro, which is our barf game for this month. The backlog accomplishment with the Respawn and Friends game that we are going to talk about at the end of the month. So go play that. So yeah, been chipping away at that. And then the first one that I've got on this list is, I think, immediately identifiable, BBW, as we beat Big Walk. And is that what you thought it was?
That's what my assumption was, yes.
Yeah, of course. I don't know what else you could read from that. We beat Big Walk, Adam, and I'm struggling with how to talk about this game. Because as of right now, it is my game of the year. And I also kind of can't really tell you why without spoiling what makes it special. But also, it's only special if you do it with a set of 4+ friends that you see the entire game through together with. And so, for a lot of people, you will never experience this game in its true, like, Super Saiyan form. But we finished this game. It's about 12 or 13 hours long. We played it, and God damn, I just don't know what I want to say about it, because it's like one of those Outer Wilds type games where you start and you're just there, and there's no direction, there's no goal, there's no objective, which normally if I were playing a game like that, like Outer Wilds or like The Witness, I would just straight up quit after like 30 minutes. Be like, nope, this is dumb. I don't have an objective. I don't have a thing that I'm progressing towards. Therefore, I'm not interested in this at all. If it's just a bunch of bullshit to keep me busy. But because I had friends, because we gotta have friends, as Donkey says.
It's about the friends we made along the way.
Because we had friends, it made that experience amazing. And it made the first 11 hours of that experience amazing, but the final 2 hours with your friends are fucking so good. It was some of the best video games I've ever played, like the best video gaming sessions. The same friends that I played, Jerica, Audrey, Dallas, Matt. Joel wasn't there because he didn't actually give us an excuse this time why he wasn't going to be there. He just said, I'm out tonight. And we were like, damn, the rest of us are all going to be playing. And we only got 3 peanuts left. And he was just like, didn't say anything. And then we beat the game 3 hours later, and he was more mad than I think he's ever been in his life.
What? After he said he wasn't going to do it?
He was mad at us, but he's really mad at himself. Because what did he do? Go build a Gundam deck? Go put more of his cards in a certain order to make them attack higher? What was that guy doing? But it was incredible. We played the last couple hours of that thing. I legit was like tearing up afterwards, like at the end of this thing. The way that they make you feel and interact with your friends, and it's so, the beauty of it is that it is friend slop coated, not coated, although kind of coated, but coated. Everything looks like fucking trashy, made in Unity. You're a stupid looking bird with a snowman body, and you're picking up garbage like assets that were made in 2 seconds. But the puzzle solving and the communication, the entire game is about communication, and so many brilliant ways that they make you figure out how to communicate because you're forced to use proxy chat. So this game is, you're with your group of people, you're forced to use proxy chat, and your proxy chat only works within a radius of like maybe 10 feet. Anything outside of that, complete silence, unless you find a megaphone. And Jerica has a megaphone, and it is like Matt and I. So a megaphone means that you can talk into it, and anyone else can hear you in a very, very, very large radius. And we had to ride a ski lift, and the ski lift to the top of this mountain was about a 2-minute ride. And Jerica, and the cars are spaced far enough out that you can't hear each other normally, but Jerica had the megaphone, and every probably 15 seconds, she would just shout something. She started singing a song. She started singing the national anthem, but she only sings like one line of it before she forgets the word. And she starts talking about Audrey saying pussy in her ear the whole time, thinking everyone can hear it, but only Jerica can hear it. And then she just out of nowhere, the thing that made me die the most was she just out of nowhere after a long silence goes, "Women can play baseball now." And so there are so many ways that you can just enjoy this game with your friends. But yeah, the puzzle solving, the unique communication, it's so good. And then the end of the game, the last 2 hours or so, it just ramps up in this really amazing way with these new curveballs thrown your way, and then just the way that it all ends at the very end was perfect. So much so that like I legit on my PlayStation hit the share button and just saved the entire. I could only save 30 minutes of video. Dallas was able to save it a whole hour for some reason, but just to go back and watch. And then Audrey sent like, "Hey, she sent this today. She's like, here's my perspective from the puzzles at the end, and here's Chad's perspective, and you can see how different they were." And then Matt was like, "Oh my god, it looked like this on your screen, but it looked very different on my screen, and that's why I was." And so that game is just so good. It's so fucking good. Go play Big Walk. It's free on PlayStation Plus Essentials this month. So you don't even have to have the like game catalog special version of PlayStation Plus. You just go get base PlayStation Plus and it's free. Otherwise, I think what is it, $20 on Steam or something like that?
Yeah, it's not very expensive. It's pretty cheap. Yeah.
Is it on Xbox? I think this is one that's like not on Xbox for some reason.
No, I think it's only on PlayStation and PC I think.
PC, Mac, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, so Switch 2 exclusive. Interesting.
Oh, Switch 2 only. Interesting. Yeah. How much is it? Did you see? Big Walk. Steam.
This is the Gemini overview, and it didn't give me
$14.99 right now because it's $15.
If you have 3 friends that can all get together for 12 to 13 hours over the course of a few weeks, reliably, and that's the shitty thing about this, Adam, is that you have to tell it when you're starting the session. You have to tell it how many people are playing because the world dynamically adapts to the number of players that you have, and you also have to tell it. And it also is saved. It's server based, just like Baldur's Gate 3 is, where like one person has the save file and they have the world, and everyone else has to join that world. And if that person decides, "Oh, I can't play tonight," then nobody gets to play that night. Or if that person decides, "Oh, I want to go to bed," but the rest of you want to keep playing, nope, everybody has to stop playing. Which I hated at first. But I love that it forced us all to play together at specific times. And Matt was the owner of the save file. So I was like, I'm glad that we all had to play when Matt's schedule worked because it ensured that we all got the same experience and it was fantastic. So go play Big Walk. It's my game of the year. I was trying to think of like what else has been competing for game of the year this year. Like Resident Evil 9 came out, and I think Resident Evil 9 was an incredible Resident Evil game. But I think I had a better experience with this year. So good. So that's BBW.
Okay. We'd love to hear it. BBW's all over the place. Everyone enjoy that. That's the only not a bad thing. It's good. I'm glad everyone likes it. I'm not going to be able to play it because everybody I know got it and played it early, and I was like, I'll skip out on that one or that code, or I don't need to cover that one right now. And it's like, oh, now I'll never be able to play it because everyone will have already played it.
Well, you got one guy who hasn't beat it yet, and that's Joel. So
he's not going to start back at the beginning and then we have to find more. No, but no, that's very good. I'm happy that they. By the way, better game than Untitled Goose Game, right?
Dude, to be honest, fucking hated Untitled Goose Game. You know me, I'm not a puzzle guy, especially not a we're not going to tell you what the fuck to do puzzle guy. So yeah, I played that game for maybe an hour, and I was like, this is frustrating as shit, and I hate being the stupid goose, and I don't know what to do. And so yeah, that game 0 out of 10. Suck a fuck.
This one, game of the year though.
This one, game of the year.
All right, very good. I've got a couple things over here. I had a fun weekend watching movies because your boy never watches movies. I watched movies on Saturday night till 4 a.m. because I just wasn't tired. I kept going. I watched 3 Jason Statham movies back in my bed. I watched Beekeeper. I watched A Working Man, and I watched Meg 2. I basically went on his profile and went backwards from everything that had come out recently. Just real quick because we're gonna talk. Man, Beekeeper. Legit fucking good, guys. You guys should all watch Beekeeper. I'm not the Meg 2 was okay, when the big monsters fight and kill people, it's fun. Cool. That's what you expect it to be. Working Man, that's a fun action, whatever. Beekeeper's on another level. Here's what by the way, there's Beekeeper 2 coming out. Here's what it is. By the way, I love all these movies start just because I like the premise of Jason Statham produced movies.
They're all the same. They're all Jason Statham around insects, Jason Statham underwater, Jason Statham in a car where he has to stay hard. Jason Statham it's just Jason Statham the movie.
I love it because all these are okay, he's always ex-special forces, ex-military, ex-whatever, who's just trying to live a normal life now. That's literally Working Man and Beekeeper. And people call it dad porn or whatever, or dad movies, because it's okay, he's a middle-aged man, he's got all these special powers trying to live a normal life, and then something happens to an average person and he stands up for the little guy and then goes out and fucking murders a bunch of people. But Beekeeper starts out as okay, he's some ex-secret agent, whatever, and he always talks about, I was born in the British Isles, but I'm an American soldier. That's every movie. He explains with the accent. But he was okay, this old lady that he lives with who's nice, the only person that is nice to him, whatever, she gets scammed. The scammers take all your money, and then she kills herself. That's the first 5 minutes of the movie. This old woman kills herself.
Wow, that's a Jason Statham Up movie right there.
Yeah, so Jason Statham's okay, I'm gonna go take care of the people who did this because this is awful. And they're her daughter comes to investigate. Her daughter's in the FBI. So the movie starts with Jason Statham just as a normal looking dude, and that's the Beekeeper, where he keeps bees on this lady's farm, and he whatever. The movie starts as Jason Statham, just a normal guy who we know has a crazy background, who is trying to avenge a woman because she got scammed. The movie ends, Chad, and this is spoilers for Beekeeper, whatever. The escalation in that movie is insane. Again, it starts with old woman gets scammed, kills herself. This random dude's on a revenge tour. It ends with Jason Statham is a beekeeper, which is a secret government program that not even the CIA or FBI knows about. And it's basically one-man hit squads who make sure that the United States of America survives no matter what. So any corruption, anything, he's basically like John Wick of spies. And the scamming thing goes all the way up to the president's son. I'm not exaggerating. It starts as an old woman killing herself and ends with the fucking president of the United States against the most powerful secret agent on the planet. I'm like, what is the Beekeeper? This movie's amazing. It's so good. It's so good. So everyone watched Beekeeper. But then I also watched The End of Oak Street.
Oh, yes.
The other one.
What a fun fucking movie.
I know. I remember, I think we were making jokes about that movie because the trailers were very whatever and you see it. But then we go and see it and I'm like, oh, man. This is remember when Spielberg made fun movies? This feels like when Steven Spielberg used to make fun movies. It is... Yeah, it's just a ton of fun. We're getting stuck in the past and there's dinosaurs and we're just dealing with the bullshit. And it's that movie's fun as fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
The dinosaurs are legit scary. the fucking the things that happen to them are scary and also funny, but the funny things they take so seriously, which makes it like so they sell it very well. That movie, it's just so good. And I love that they had like the premise, but they're like, we don't need to really dive into what's going on in this premise, but it's a generic enough premise that they could have a bajillion sequels of this happening to anyone anywhere else in the world, and we have end of so many different streets. And so it's great.
Yeah, you could keep doing it over and over.
Because we've driven Jurassic Park into the ground, and everybody hates it, and it's the worst franchise on planet Earth right now, aside from anything anime. And so it's nice to have like a dinosaur property that I'm excited about.
Yeah, and they're not even just dinosaurs. It's just the prehistoric shit. There's shit in there that is like, that's not a dinosaur.
Yeah.
That thing is terrifying. I don't want anything to do with that.
Resident Evil 1 boss fight in this game.
Is it the one I'm thinking about inside the house?
Yep.
That's a Resident Evil 1 boss fight? Yeah, that thing is ridiculous. That was like, that movie's good. But speaking of other things that are fun, I forgot that I ordered something online and just had a package randomly show up at my house.
Was it a BBW?
So what I had... It is not a BBW. No, I had went on 8-bit Dough, or 8-bit Do, whatever you call it. And they had mystery boxes. So depending on the price you paid, you would get up to a certain level of stuff. I was like, cool. I looked at those boxes. I was like, I could really just use a new controller for my PC. So I'm going to buy the $15 box because there's a good chance that I'm going to get a controller that I can use on my PC. So here's what showed up in my 8-bit Dough, whatever. I got a little pen. Cool.
Oh, I thought that was it.
No, there are multiple things in the box.
Okay.
Cool. Like, nice little pen. Give me tchotchkes, whatever. I got a little controller that's a key ring. All right, cool.
Okay.
Whatever. That's neat stuff. But this is the piece de resistance. I got the Ultimate C2 8-bit Dough controller.
Look how sexy that white color is.
Yeah, it's like white and baby blue.
Yeah, what is that, baby blue? Yeah.
Yeah. So what's fun about this is that, I mean, obviously, these are very nice. That's why I got 8-bit Dough, because everyone's like, no, those controllers are legit. And then they're like, the Ultimate is also a very good brand. The only issue I have is that this is a Switch/PC controller. So when you plug it into your PC, it works. But guess where the B button is on the bottom? Guess where the A button is on the right side, opposite of every controller I ever use. Not a big deal on PC because you can just remap like every game and just doesn't really actually matter. But I thought it was very funny when I first put it on because I was playing a game I'm about to talk about, that would not let me rebind a controller. So I was like, man, this controller feels awesome. Can't use it with this video game because the buttons are in the wrong spot. No, thank you. But it was for $15.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not bad at all. Those controllers are like $35 by themselves, so not bad at all. But what
Speaking of loot crates, we talked about on our
go for it.
Patreon exclusive episode how everything's a loot crate. I have updates on the loot crate I'm addicted to, because now I have the little sponge Astrobot guy, and I have the little doggy Astrobot guy.
Are these the blind boxes?
Yeah, these are the blind boxes.
Yeah.
So now I have all of these, and this one, and this one, and these are all my toys. And I got this one with the chicken, and then I got only 2 dupes, which is cool. And then all I need now is the mouse. And I've got the whole set, and I can stop getting blind boxes for the rest of my life.
Just stop forever. Exactly.
Yep.
But what I used this controller for, by the time you're listening to this episode, I should have a preview up on GameSandwich.com. But I played a game called RIFTSTORM. Chad, you will remember RIFTSTORM because me and you have played this game at multiple, but you have played it at PAX.
I have.
When we were at PAX East all together, going as Respawn and Fire, this is one of the games we got to play. I've played it. I think the first PAX I ever went to was a PAX West like 3 years ago. So I played this game at multiple PAXs. The full game, RIFTSTORM, is out in early access right now. It is on sale for like $12. I think 15 is the total at the moment. This game is completely different from what we played, Chad, which is crazy.
Really?
Not completely different. So the game we had played at PAX's was always, it felt like a co-op like Hades, but with guns, right? Is I think the way a lot of people would have explained it. So now I have access to the full game. I've been playing, I think I'm about 10 hours into it. And it is still the same. So it's a top-down shooter game where you have different heroes and they all have different abilities. So, you'll upgrade, and this one's got a turret, and this one has a shock thing, and this one's good with snipers and all that kind of stuff, right? But I don't remember this, maybe it was there at the beginning, but instead of being Hades with guns, this is now a 3-player top-down Diablo game with guns. So like when you start this game up, it's like, so they call it an extraction light. So what happens is you go into a level, again, you have your loadout and you do everything. You go in there, you fight, and if you beat the level and you get out, you take the guns that you picked up. Basically, the only extraction part of it is that, like, just don't die. And otherwise you get all your stuff, and that's not a problem. But then you go in, you open the stuff that you got on the mission, and you have guns, and they're different guns, and they have different abilities, and they also have a gear score on them. So then you attach that to your character as well as upgrade your character. And then it's like, it's literally like, I was, power level 238. I got a gold gun. Now I'm power level 500. And then you'll do that in up to 3-player co-op missions. And like, bro, this is Diablo. This is Diablo with guns is what it is. Yeah, it's all about number go up. You literally, as you go through the campaign, like you're doing the missions, and it's like there are story missions, but then you have your other missions in between where like this is an extraction mission, this is an extermination mission, this is an investigation, and you'll just run those, and then you'll eventually, when you hit a certain point in the story and you get a certain amount of power, then you go up to like tier 2, and then there'll be tier 3. And it's like, they're just taking. That's just Diablo, right, Chad? This is just shooter Diablo, the way I'm explaining it.
I mean, a lot of the gameplay mechanics, but Diablo obviously has a lot of like lore and story and narrative to it.
Mechanics, though.
But
no, this is very cool. It has, there's a lot of enemy variety, because initially you're just like fighting these green ghosts. I'm at to the point now where I'm fighting vampires on the regular. There's just all kinds of crazy stuff. It is still in early access, so there's a lot of, I think, polish that still needs to be done. I had a couple server issues where like I was just trying to run a story mission and it just kicked me out like 3 times in a row.
Gross.
These are things that do happen, but the actual core gameplay is super fun. The shooting feels great. Again, it's kind of like a top-down twin stick shooter if you want to like aim down sights. The characters are all a ton of fun to play, and it is fun to chase gear, level up, like, now I'm power level 2000. Now I can hit the next story mission and not get immediately trounced because I don't have the right gear. So again, 10 hours in, I've had fun. I have open lobbies and people just randomly jump in with me. We just start wrecking these dudes, and having a good time fighting bosses. And there's some interesting boss mechanics where like, I'll have a gun, but now this guy has an overshield and you need a silver, branded weapon, and then that goes through the shield quicker. So if I don't have a silver weapon, I can't go through the shield as fast, but if I do, it just eats through it. So it's like, I need to bring this kind of gun for this kind of enemy. I have enjoying myself very much. Again, I think there's a work to do. It's early access, so you got to take a little bit of that with it, knowing that, that's a thing. But again, 10 plus hours in, and I still got plenty of content to go through, and I'm having a good time. I think this is one to keep your eyes out on for now, if it sounds interesting, but I definitely think like the 1.0 could clear up a lot of the issues that I have with it now, polish it up, get some of those issues under control, and I think it would be really good. I think, from us playing it at PAX, I think you would have a good time based on what we did at PAX, but I think with more work, it would be even cooler. So cool. That's RIFTSTORM. It is Steam Early Access right now. Go check that out if you would like. All right.
I wonder how well that runs on the Odin 3, the AYN Odin 3.
Oh, you'll know pretty soon. I think.
Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Yeah.
Because
if they answer that
shipping,
Discord server.
Still no shipping, so.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Yep. All right. Moving on to that, we have a
segment from Adam. This segment is from Adam. It's Adam's segment. He's gonna do a segment, and the segment's from Adam.
Very good. Thank you, Donkey. God, what a good movie. All right, so I've decided to, initially, Joel's going to be here. He had to drop out the last minute. So I was going to do a 1 versus 1, but you can just do a you, Chad. So you got to see how smart you are. And I've mixed a bit of 2 games that I do. This is called 6 Degrees Meta Reviews Edition.
Ooh.
So this is
Metacritic or Meta the
Metacritic.
Facebook? Okay.
Not Meta Facebook. Never Meta Facebook. Don't worry about that. So this is a mix of the 2 games we play. 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon's being John Malkovich, where I take actors and then I relate them to something in a video game or, whatever like that. And then Metacritic Reviews, where I will go find a user reviews on Metacritic and read them, and then you tell me the game. So this is a mix of both. What I've done here, the second clue in each of these, so these are all video games. The second clue in the prompt is about an actor who is in the video game. All of these actors are also connected by something else, but we'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
But what I'm really doing is giving you 3 clues, and you're going to give me what you think the game is based on the 3 clues I give you. The second clue is about an actor in the game.
Gotcha. Okay.
Game number, I try to make these not too hard. The second one, I don't know how you're going to figure it out, but that was the only credit I could find for that person. Anyways, game number 1. This is a Metacritic review, user review. Pretty mediocre game I beat in just 3.5 hours. Blank has some sauce, and overall the game screams 2000s energy, but the overly simplistic and repetitive combat, buggy boss fights, and repeated planets, the zones are different, but enemies and assets are mostly the same, making no more than an okayish experience that probably felt like plain robbery to those who paid full price for it. If you're looking for a good Jedi game, just go with Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. So we know... probably a game in the Star Wars universe.
Probably.
Pretty mediocre game I beat in 3.5 hours. Has some sauce, and the overall game screams the 2000s energy, but overly simplistic and repetitive combat.
Super Star Wars Remastered.
It is not Super Star Wars Remastered.
Okay.
You can give me another guess. You get 2 guesses per prompt, by the way.
The 3.5 hours is the part that's throwing me. It's like
early 2000s energy.
Yeah.
Repetitive combat.
How long are Lego games? Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
It is
all
not
I can think of is Lego Star Wars
Just-
Papa John's.
I know. It is not a Lego Star Wars game at all. I'll just go ahead and tell you that. Clue number 2. This is Ewan McGregor's only video game credit. And it's only on the PSP version.
What?
Ewan McGregor's only video game credit, only for the PSP version. That's your 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Fucking
clue.
PSP?
That's the only version that he is featured in. That's not the only version of the game. That's the only one that he is credited in being in. So there are multiple versions.
Way further in the future than PSP. Okay. What was around back? I'm thinking. I'm going to guess. What's the fucking Force Unleashed?
Star Wars The Force Unleashed is the correct answer.
Yes.
You would have got 2 points.
I didn't realize
for
they
that
had
one.
a PSP version of The Force Unleashed.
I don't know why he's credited. Why that's the only Star
why
Wars
is he
game
in
he's
it?
ever done. Yeah, I have no idea. PSP games are weird. The last clue, which was another Metacritic review, masterpiece of a Star Wars game. I love the setting and how dark it is. The premise of you being Darth Vader's apprentice only to be betrayed was awesome. If you had ever played that game, you would know that you're Darth Vader's secret apprentice who gets betrayed. Anyways, all right,
That's
Chad,
wild. That game
congratulations.
only 3.5 hours to beat?
I think it's not super long, but I wouldn't say it's 3.5 hours. But I also haven't played it in a long time. I know 2 is very, very short. I think 2 is like 4 hours, and people are really pissed about that. That guy could have been writing about 2 and not realize he put it in 1. All right, this next one. This is easily the hardest one. I don't think you're going to get it, but we're going to try our
Not
best.
with that attitude.
Well, maybe you will, hopefully. This is from Metacritic. Fans of Mario Party and Fusion Frenzy alike will find no small amount of entertainment here and will thoroughly appreciate the non-existent barriers to entry. If ever there was a movie game worth picking up to play with friends, blank is it.
I had a great guess until the word movie game.
It's a movie game, and it's basically a Mario Party ripoff.
Yeah.
Again, not a lot of help, I know.
Yeah. So this isn't my guess, but I was immediately going towards Sonic Shuffle on the Dreamcast. But nope. That
Gotta remember the 6 degrees part. A lot of these are going to have some sort of multimedia crossover.
Okay, movies, Mario Party,
Shitty.
Battlestar Galactica. There was that's Lego Party or Lego something that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stumped. Give me the second clue.
I will just go ahead and let you know it is not a Lego game of any type.
Yeah,
Lego Party, I think, is what you're thinking of. But
I
yeah.
was thinking Lego Party. Yeah.
All right. Based on an Anne Hathaway animated film, she plays the character Jewel, who resides in a large South American city.
Anne Hathaway animated game? I mean, show?
Based on an Anne Hathaway animated film, she plays the character Jewel, who resides in a large South American city.
What the fuck?
That's a very good clue, by the way. That's a very big clue.
I'm thinking South
Anne
American.
Hathaway animated.
Anne
She's
Hathaway
Jewel,
animated.
South American city.
Jewel, popular music artist. These hands are small, I know, but they're not yours. They are my own. South America is just making me stick with Wonder Woman. So I'm guessing maybe Anne Hathaway did a Wonder Woman game, so we're going to do Wonder Woman Party.
It is not Wonder Woman Party or DC. Also, why would Wonder Woman make you think of South America?
Isn't she Brazilian?
She's Themysciran. She's from
Wait, no, they're in the
islands.
Amazon. The Amazon is in South America.
No, they're Amazonians. They're not from the Amazon. They're from
Shut the
Themyscira.
fuck up.
Yeah.
This
Amazonians
entire
is
time,
just like a large woman. Yeah.
Oh my god! This entire time, I thought they were from the Amazon
No, they're like
rainforest.
They're like Greek gods, basically.
Oh my
like her
god!
dad's Zeus, right? Like Wonder Woman's dad is Zeus.
I feel like we got tricked. I feel like that's they knew what they were doing, and we got catfished.
Amazonian just means big lady, I think. But anyways, do you want to give me one more guess, or do you want me to get the last? I think you could probably get it with this last one.
Yeah, give me the last one.
Okay. At only $30, blank is worth looking into if you're a parent with kids who just aren't satisfied with 96 minutes of endangered animated birds on the big screen. If you're an older player looking for some multiplayer action for parties with your buds, however, it probably goes without saying you should stick with Call of Duty Guitar Hero. This bird just isn't meant for you.
Birds. 96 minutes of animated endangered birds.
Yes. I love how specific they are in this one. Yeah.
So endangered, not extinct. So dodo's out of the question. What are endangered birds? Bald eagles?
96 minutes.
Eagles?
Animated birds, Anne Hathaway, South American city.
Three Caballeros?
Is that a movie?
That's a movie with three birds. There's a blue bird, a green bird, and a red bird.
It's not Three Caballeros.
Okay.
That's a free one. It's not. Chad,
endangered
one more time.
birds.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway. Large South American city. Endangered animated birds.
Large South American city. In my brain, I'm thinking either like Bogota, Brasilia. I'm really just going through all of the Spanish capital names of all the South American countries. Santiago, Chile. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Caracas, Venezuela. Quito, Ecuador. I don't know what large Amazon rainforest. Brazil.
Or get away from the Amazon.
Okay. Jewel.
I mean, you're on the right path. I just don't know if you're going to get it. You're going to feel silly whenever I say it.
Drug cartel. Birds.
Not a kid's movie.
Birds that are mixed up in a candy cartel. Rescuers Down Under has a bird in it. Eagles. That's the thing. I can't think of any birds that are endangered except for eagles. And for some reason, fucking pterodactyls are in there. Pterodactyls.
I will go ahead and tell you this because you're going to feel silly.
Okay.
The movie is Rio.
Rio. That sounds kind of familiar.
They made two of them. They're about birds in Rio de Janeiro. Anne Hathaway and Michael. Is it Michael Cera? Or it's some nerdy white guy. It might be Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg, Anne Hathaway, Jermaine Clement, Jamie Foxx.
There's a lot of people
Leslie
in that movie.
Mann, Tracy Morgan.
Yeah. But yeah, Chad, they made two of those. And Rio de Janeiro is what I was talking about. Large South American city.
Jane
Rio,
Lynch,
Rio.
Wanda Sykes, George Lopez.
There's a lot of endangered birds in that 96-minute movie.
Will I Am?
Yeah, he was
Will
a bird.
I Am plays a man named Pedro.
Okay. Not a bird.
No.
All right, Chad. We're on to our last one.
Neil Patrick Harris? Kristen
Yeah,
Chenoweth?
I don't remember, but apparently there's a lot of birds in it. I don't know. I've not seen it in a long time, but there's a lot of birds. All right, on to our last one. Game number 3. Starting off with a Metacritic review. I'm reading it word for word. What a journey. One of the best narrative-driven games with twists and turns throughout. The character arc is in full swing and an absolute masterpiece of storytelling. You care about the characters and want to see how it ends. Can't say enough about this game, for what misses in graphics is more than made up by good storytelling and quality characters. Don't sleep on this. So a very narrative-heavy game that people seem to really enjoy.
Narrative-heavy. Probably tied to a famous actor. Probably licensed in some way. Shitty graphics. Speaking of shitty graphics, right now in the background we have Plumbers Don't Wear Ties as the background image. That man has no nipple.
Delete that. Delete
Wild. Fuck. Okay. Great game. Narrative heavy. Shitty graphics.
Say, to make this one easier on you, the other 2 games have been Ewan McGregor was in a game, and they made a game based on the movies that he's in.
I see the connections now.
The second one was Anne Hathaway is in a movie and make a game based on. This is the opposite. This is an actor who's going to be in a TV show based off of a video game.
Oh.
So this is video game first, adaptation after. But the second clue might help you more. But just think about it. This is a video game first that has a very good story and quality characters, according to this first Metacritic review.
And somehow tied into End of Oak Street.
I mean, everybody here is from the End of Oak Street. That's the way.
Who
that
else is in the End of Oak Street? Oh,
well, we'll get there in a second.
The shitty neighbor.
What game would he be?
I don't know, but I'm trying to think of anyone else who's like famous or notable in that movie.
I'm going to tell you in a second. Do you need another clue, or do you think you can guess with this first one? Okay. Maisie Stella, a 22-year-old Canadian singer and actress, is set to star in an upcoming video game adaptation, a collaboration between a major third-party publisher and Amazon. So the daughter from the End of Oak Street is going to star in an Amazon show that is an adaptation of a popular video game series between a third-party publisher and Amazon. She's going to star in that.
I'm gonna say I don't know if this has been announced or if it even exists. The Life is Strange, is that getting an adaptation?
It is correct. She will be the daughter from the End of Oak Street will be playing Chloe in the Life is Strange TV show coming to Amazon.
That's funny because I got a text message today from my best friend Kanan Cox, country music artist, that says from the theater. He texts me. The daughter in End of Oak Street should get an award for actress with the least amount of emotion in a movie ever. And now she's going to be leading a whole TV show or movie or some adaptation about a game that's all about like empathy and emotions and shit like that.
Well, not this one. This is the one. It's based on Life is Strange 1. So she just got... Chloe's not the one with powers.
Life is Strange True Colors.
Yeah, no, Chloe's not the one. She's the love interest or the best friend. She's not the one with the powers. But whatever. We'll get there when we get there. By the way, the third clue, which back to Metacritic reviews or user reviews, lesbians, time travel, and awkward jokes. This is my comfort game. I've played it like 6 times. I still enjoy getting to the end. I would have homed lesbians and time travel would have told you that it was Life is Strange, hopefully. But very good. Yes, those are all games that the people from the End of Oak Street have been tangentially involved with in some sort of way. Congratulations, Chad. You win 4-0.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to do a game on game show. The game on game show, we play a game called Game on the Game Show on a game show, game. And we're going to just do a quick round of GameStop Blackjack, Adam. And because there's no one to play against, it's just going to be regular ass rules. Mm-hmm. Try to get to 21. You got one shot. Try to get to 21 without going over. Yep. And if you get there, you get a super secret prize. If you don't, you never get to learn what that prize was going to be.
Ooh, wait. Now, by the way, Chad, we should do it like this. Because when you play blackjack against the dealer goes until they hit 16 or over. So you should also play against me. Obviously, don't cheat, like pick a game and then go through it. But once you hit 16, you stop. Or if you haven't 16, you have to go again.
You got it. You got it.
That's how blackjack works. I believe it's 16. 16 or 17. I think it's 16.
I don't jamble a lot, so I'm glad that you know the rules.
I love jambling.
All right, Adam. No restrictions on like platform or game or anything like that. What we will say, we'll go with the automatic $10 if it's not in there rule.
Okay.
Which can be used as a strategic advantage in some situations, but is also in a lot of times a bust.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I'm on such a dinosaur kick. Give me Jurassic World Evolution 1. I think it was a PS4 game. So give me the PlayStation version. I think it's PS4 though.
Jurassic World Evolution 1. PlayStation 4. $6.60.
Give it to me, baby.
We were just talking about, so I'm going to go Life is Strange, but I'm going to do True Colors.
Okay, True
Wait,
Colors.
that might have been digital only, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Life is Strange, True Colors on what platforms did that come out on? That was a PlayStation 4 game. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was that
4.
generation. So there's definitely a disc for it because it was that generation. Yeah.
All right, Life is Strange, True Colors, PS4, $5.50.
Okay. So that means you have to keep going. Let's see. I don't even want to guess how much Rio for 360 would get me. That doesn't feel fun at all. What should I do? What is there something with birds in it just to keep the theme going? Because you've done Life is Strange. I did dinosaurs. Is there a bird-based game? There has to be a bird-based video game, right? Give me... Chad, are there any bird-based video games that you can think of? There are, but I don't know that there are physical editions of them is the only problem. This is another thing that flies. Just give this to me. Spyro Reignited Trilogy.
Oh.
I'm going to say Xbox One. There might only be a series version of it, but I'm going to guess there's an Xbox One version in that game.
There's an Xbox One version, yes.
Yes, I want the Xbox One
Spyro Reignited
version.
Trilogy on Xbox One is $3.30.
See? Spyro is sort of a dinosaur and a bird. A little bit. What does that put me at total? $9.90?
You're at $9.90. I'm at $5.50. For my second game, I'm going to go, we talked about Beekeeper. I'm going to go with a game with bees in it. I was going to do Banjo-Kazooie as part of the Retro Rewind collection.
Okay.
But then I was like, I don't know if that ever came out on disc or whether that was a digital only kind of thing.
I don't know.
Maybe there was like a special edition, like limited run disc. I don't know. So instead, I'm going to go with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Okay, yeah.
On Nintendo Switch.
Okay, Switch version, not the Wii U version.
The Switch version, yeah.
There's two of them.
Tropical Freeze.
I thought you were gonna go with B Movie.
All right, I am. That's $13.20.
Yeah.
So I'm at my limit. $18.70. So I am at the point where I'm no longer forced to pick a game.
Nope, you're not.
You're at $9.90. It's about half of what I got.
Well, this is where we have fun, Chad.
Yep.
Because now I can just bullshit it.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
and get $10 automatically. But what's the funniest way to bullshit it? You know what I'm saying? I want, because if it's not in the system, I get $10, right?
Yep.
I want Rio 2 Party Times at Ridgemont High for the Xbox 360.
Let's see. Oh, so there are two things to note on this page. One, there's the Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games.
Oh, okay.
On the 3DS and the Wii U. But there is a Rio video game on Xbox 360, Nintendo DS, and PS3, but it is not Rio 2.
It's not Rio 2.
Well,
that 360 game, by the way, was the one that was in the clues that I gave you earlier. That's why I knew there was a Rio 1 video game, but there's not a Rio 2 video game.
It's technically called Rio Multiplayer Party Game.
That's awful. The Metacritic page just called it Rio. That is a wild name.
So, so you'll get the $10 because there is no Rio 2 Electric, or whatever you said.
Party at Ridgemont High.
Party at Ridgemont High, yeah. Which brings you to 1990. So now I have to find something that is less than $2.30.
This will be fun for me.
I'm going to go with something on an Xbox platform because those generally tend to have
Original
shittier
Xbox?
prices.
Or just Xbox in general?
Just anything that was released that just the Xbox version of it. If I go a multi-plat title, an Xbox version is usually like half the price of the other ones. I'm gonna go with Gears of War Judgment.
Judgment, okay.
On whatever Xbox platform that
I think you're going to
Gears-
barely get over.
Gears of War Judgment on the Xbox 360. Oh, $3.30.
That's what I bet it's like $3. I knew it.
Yep. Which puts me at $22 and you at $19.90. Congratulations, Adam. You won GameStop Blackjack. That is it for Respawn Aim Fire episode 442. Yes, 442. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, you've got homework, as always. You can't get away from homework. Homework follows you the rest of your life. It is to go to patreon.com/respawnaimfire, become a patron, get access to our After Dark Early Access episode for the month of August, where you can listen to us talk about collections, who's stealing P-pads, because we have the answer now. We have footage. We have camera footage of it happening in real time. Well, I guess technically not in real time, but we have camera footage of it happening. So go check that out. We talk about collections and addictions. And then for those of you who are not patrons, who are fucking losers, you now finally get July's episode that is available for streaming on YouTube and podcast services. That is the episode where we introduced hey, there's a bandit stealing the P-pads, and we don't know who's taking it because we didn't have recorded footage at that time. So go check that one out too. Yeah, Cozy, Alexander, Cozina, Cozy Bear comes on the show again for that After Dark. He was also on last week's episode. Was that last week? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Go check that out. And Barf, backlog accomplishment with Respawn and Friends. August game is Sekiro. Go play Sekiro. And we're going to talk about that at the end of the month. If you have thoughts on Sekiro, write them into Adam. Because I'm not going to remember to read them, but Adam always does. So write them to Adam. Just put Adam on an envelope, put a piece of paper in there, put it in the mailbox. He'll get it.
I'll get it, yep.
So send those in. If you want to be on the episode, of course, we always welcome that as well. And then for you patrons, look out on Patreon. In the next week-ish, we should be putting up the poll for whatever September's game will be. So go check that out. That is it for Respawn Aim Fire. Again, thank you so much for listening. Until next time, here's our usual sign-off. One ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness, bind them.